What's up, YouTube? Today we're looking once again at a knife. It's a Shadow Tech knife, or a spike maybe would be better. Shadow Tech spike. This was very much in this, and it still is. I mean, the retention is still very good. Obviously, you've got this locked in. Oh, look, it's that much weight. You've got this guard locked in there. All right, so you see it now. I've carried this a tiny little bitty bit. It's interesting that the part to kick it out is there. I gotta grab this. I'll connect either right here, right there. It'll either be here or here. I'm also gonna post it down here. Because, you know, believe it or not, using YouTube, it's not fun. This is a convex edge. This dude, I can't give him a shout out without doxing myself, unfortunately, which I'm not gonna do. But basically, you need to go find local people to sharpen your stuff that have done it for decades at plants and other places that are into knives that have, like, my dude's shop is kind of cluttered, and I mean, but he's got a bunch of, you know, they don't have to be expensive knives. I'm just saying that they have an interest in cutlery, and if you're bringing in stuff you're seeing on this channel, they're gonna think you're cool. He totally redid it. If you have pulled it up already, then you know that he is totally. He took this initial V. I mean, this is a true Scandi. There is no bevel to this yet. Wow. And so this shape was kind of there, but they got really carried away with this oxidized rubbery coating type stuff. That was a real killjoy, actually, and no one liked it. So the reason it didn't really work that well is that they don't come sharpened because they want you, hang on, I'm grabbing stuff, they want you to, you know, play ball and with their thing and not do what I did. But they also, I think it was to make it legal in more places. I'm going to be really nice and assume that was what was going on. And I think so. You could also ask if you wanted it sharpened or not. But their version of sharpening is not going to be anywhere close to what I've had done to this. So, as you can see, we've got the Scandi. Well, it's not straight. It's a convex edge. So these sides aren't straight. It does come to an edge. Like, this isn't, however, it's never going to be a true, you know, piece where you're like taking piece of paper after piece of paper. All right. Wow, it does work. The thing is, though, is that it's immediately like, because, yeah, you can't really tell. It's insanely thick behind the edge. I can tell that it's working. It's probably 45 degrees. Sorry, this has been I haven't been on in the frame for very long. This one, but what I'm doing is, and I need to do it. Just because, you know, now we have this totally exposed, what I'm assuming is probably 1095 carbon steel. Because before, like, Taupe designs, or I don't know if I would say before, but like Shadow Tech, it reminds me a lot of Tops too, Tops especially. Made in America, 1095, and a lot of them are just look like they're made to murder. And so we have a grind exchange. It only cost me $20, by the way. I think this thing was like 50, and then it was 20 to re-profile. And then it comes as another, you know, I don't even know. And then then we come in down this way. It comes up to this, whoo! Like that's it's a pointy point, but it's not, it doesn't feel weak. I bet I could jam this into somebody's guts or to an animal's guts and pull it back out just fine unless I hit the spine. Although this, I mean, obviously it's going to bend if you're really going to town on a target. But this is truly last ditch. This is not going to be jury friendly, so to speak. I mean, if I had to go somewhere if I had to stand for it, I would just, the thing, it wouldn't be about, it's funny there was a sharpening choil for a piece that got reduced to this. But, what was I going to say? Oh, if I went to court, I would just be like, I was defending myself. I would be going hard on that affirmative defense of self-defense. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, the man did me a solid above and beyond what I could have ever expected. It's awesome. All right. I think I touched on everything I wanted to. Yeah, initially it was, the spike was more of like a cylindrical thing, and the guy the guy sharpening, he was like, well, all you need to get through is that much. And I was like, well, it's gonna stick all the way down the sides, right? Like, I mean, flesh sticks to steel anyway. Hot flesh to steel is gonna stick like crazy. This would still stick a lot, but it's a lot less sticking. It's gonna be a lot better, especially that I have the ceramic on it. It's gonna be a lot less likely to drag, especially because this tip, although pointy and a little bit drop pointy, it's almost like, I don't know. I'm not gonna get too far into what it reminds me of, but now this thing would actually work. So it's gonna be obviously a self-defense blade, and it does rattle a little bit now because we've removed material, but I think this might end up being, maybe not for like the summer, but this might end up getting tucked down. First of all, having a static line wrapped around my foot, which sounds maybe weird, but it would work just fine. And have this in my boot, and so that way I'm pulling it, and it catches, bam. So that way, that would be a real. And the fact that this will cut, it's a nice added feature, but it is, I mean, I'm afraid there's no bevel on this at all. Man, he killed it. He just killed it. I'm gonna find other things I need sharpened. And I don't mean just by a little bit, I mean like totally reprofiled. You couldn't have done what this guy did with your stones. I got charged double though. Instead of 10, it was 20. It was totally fine. So yeah, this is a neat piece that is now, I think, something I could deploy into the real world and not just keep on a shelf. It would also make a much more neat gift. obviously. Whether or not, I mean, I'm never probably going to sell this, but would I sell it? Yeah, for more than I got it for. Anyway, that's what I'll screw up for this one. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. My folk. Hope you folks have just a dandy of a day going forward. All right, bye-bye.